Mr. Diddy.
Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should we say, breathe, breathe, then drink. Now, grab your glass for some water. Get your picture of that water. Lift that picture of your water. Simply pour some water. Drink, 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 drink. Or should we say, lift, pour, then drink. Now, move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Family, move your body. Drink, 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 drink. Or should we say, move, then drink. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. But remember to stay healthy, family. You gotta do the four. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Drink half your weight in ounces of water and eat a culturally appropriate diet. But hey, take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors, drink up. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Drink your water, fam. Oh man, great emoja. My fault, great Ujamaa to each and every last one of you. We are here. We ran a little bit late. Clearly gotta get to school and stuff like that, so I have to go and get through this. My baby is sick, so got to go and handle business for that. And I thought she was faking, but she got a temperature, and we're waiting for the temperature to break. Calm her down, cool her down. She handled it. She handled it. We had the start of the Comcast trial yesterday, and each individual, I think they got 30 minutes apiece. So I'm waiting to get some word on on that. I ain't see nothing posted up in news about that as of yet. I haven't went to Twitter yet to find out. Shouts out to Miss Shawanda Jackson. Good morning to Soul Dance Steppin' in Columbus. Good morning, Miss Valerie. And shouts out to Streamlabs who out there keeping the advertisements flowing. I just wish I could get on Streamlabs on my phone. Streamlabs, what the fuck y'all doing? Good God Almighty. But yeah, so we're moving on here, Gye-Nyame Journey, and we rocking and rolling. We got the day started. Let's make sure all of our screens are up. All right, we ain't showed up on. I don't know if anybody watching me on YouTube yet, but I'm gonna let y'all know if we up. We should be up and we up on YouTube right now. I want to make sure I can see us on Facebook as well. Refresh that screen, get it popping, man. Oh man! All right, let's go. Hey, drink some more water because it's flu season. Everybody acting surprised that people getting sick. You know what I'm saying? We went from extreme, because think about it, just earlier in the month, you know what I'm saying? It was extremely warm, and then the temperatures just start dropping. So don't be surprised if people start getting sick. I got people running around talking about it's an epidemic. No, it's flu season. What the hell are you talking about? It's flu season. You know what I'm saying? This is the time when people start getting sick. Your body got to adjust. The weather is changing. It's cold. You know what I'm saying? Then on top of that, we coming from just having, being in air conditioning all the time, now going to heat and sleeping at 70 degrees and with the covers on and stuff like that. And you ain't got fresh air flowing through your house because you got to keep the windows closed. I mean, yeah, people gonna get sick, and then we bring groups of children together into an environment, and then want to act surprised and the motherfucker get sick. Come on now, this is crazy. I sometimes be looking and be like, oh my God. I mean, you didn't expect it, you didn't think it was gonna happen, for real? Lord have mercy. All right, so let me do my little commercial. Make sure y'all check us out. The free G&J course, our free course. Make sure you check it out. I'm trying to get some traffic moving through there. So go and check us out. I'm going to go and post it up. Free e-course. Find out why we do what we do and how we do what we do. You know what I'm saying? And the newsletter is still coming. I'm working on it. But it's a full moon. I seen the moon the other night, and I was like, man, some shit about to go down. And guess what? Yes, indeed. Do I have stories? I'm sitting up here thinking, we've been joking at my job for a while, talking about writing a script. You know what I'm saying? Because some of the shit that just happens at our school and in the community, it's like, I need to just create an online soap opera because this shit is just hilarious. So as I kind of knew, things are slowing down as far as the whole ADOS FBA thing. Thank God. Thank God. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of valid points about some of the stuff that's going on in our community, and we got people we got to watch out for. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, nah. We should just, nah. But sometimes you got to speak out about some shit that is just not right. All right. So in the news. Business Insider, here's how much smaller the top 11 billionaires' fortune would be if Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren proposed wealth tax had been around since 1982. And they go through the fortunes of a few of these billionaires, and it's just ridiculous how much money these people got. And we, and it's like, this has got to be the dumbest crop of West Asians I have ever seen. How in the world do you just decimate the whole middle class, which is the group that protects you and all your holdings? And you have your defenses are dropping now, and motherfuckers is getting too smart to be fooled by, oh, hard times are here because of the niggers. No, ain't nobody really falling for that shit now. They like, no, hard times are falling now because you got all the goddamn money. You know what I'm saying? Well, enough of us is smart enough to catch. Other ones is just gonna go with what somebody say, what flows out of somebody's mouth. We got ADOS was in the New York Times again, deciphering ADOS, a new social movement or online trolls. So it's good that the articles are coming out, but of course, in order to get people to read it, they got to have some controversy there, and so they use the term online trolls and blah, blah, blah. Even though people came to the conference, they saw real people at the conference. I was at the conference myself. I met a lot of beautiful people from around the country. Got to kick it with real life people. This wasn't no bots, no nothing. We had a real good time, and I'm just like, these articles, man. And I would read it, but, I don't feel like getting all hyped up this morning. Brother Greg Carr had a great conversation about this 1866 thing. As a matter of fact, let's see if we could play it. Because I met Greg Carr when he was at Ohio State. Good dude. I don't agree with him all the time, but hey.
More popular recent shows you've done with Brother Byron Allen. That has the potential to really transform everything. In a nutshell, and I know you all talked about this in great detail, so I won't go back over it again, but the Civil Rights Act of 1866 comes immediately after the Civil War, before the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments, and it is an attempt to enshrine the constitutional protections of the country to the black citizens before they pass the constitutional amendments. Why is that important? Number one, that act has never been repealed. It's never been overturned. So to have an ingenious strategy, as we see in the Allen case, to use that as a weapon means you're going to force the courts, ultimately the Supreme Court, to have to decide which side of history they want to be on. Because as far as we're all concerned, it is those Reconstruction laws, beginning with the Civil Rights Act of 1866, followed by the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments, that really frame the struggle for citizenship in this country for people of African descent.
Hold on. So now I'm going to pour my drink that I'm going to be having. My health drink this morning is green tea. I'm still letting it brew. I would have started fermenting, but somebody hacked my account, fucked up my money, so I'm going to have to hold off on the brewing for now. But I could do something else. Let me go on and talk to some of my contacts. Well, go ahead. Let's go on, Greg. Finish up, Greg.
He loses.
Well, if he loses, what this country has decided is this takes us
and
back.
This is the same Supreme Court with that same Chief Justice that you just talked about that ruled in the favor of the police.
Well, this is the beauty of it. These people have to decide whether they're going to pick their whiteness or their lives. Because if you look at the Civil Rights Act of 1866, 9 years before that is when Roger Taney wrote the majority opinion in Dred Scott versus Sanford. And Taney does this ridiculous thing where he separates between federal citizenship and state citizenship. This is where the states' rights business comes in. If you rule against Allen in this, you're threatening to put a knife on, as Chinua Achebe would say in Things Fall Apart, you putting the knife on the thing that holds us together. So what's going to stop California from passing more stringent rules? What's going to stop Texas or North Carolina from passing different rules? And ultimately, you're talking about dissolving the United States. What will it look like when certain states say we're going to have states' rights, except our states' rights are going to give more rights to people? And if they get around to terminating Roe, the same thing. Okay, so you can't get on no megabus in Georgia and ride it up to Maryland and terminate your pregnancy. Why? Because states' rights in Maryland are good. States' rights in Georgia, you got to deal with. This country could come apart. This isn't a war against one black man.
Do you think they know that?
Oh, of course they know it.
Do you think they really know that, Dr. Greg Carr? Do you think they really know that?
You push me. No, of course they know it. And how do we know what they know it? Because through the Electoral College, they realize the demographics now have shifted. It's never going to be a majority white country. In fact, the children under 5 and 6 years old in this country are already majority non-white. They are now playing to rally their wagons for their final stand. That's why they're packing the federal courts. And all that time, I don't mean Republican, no. White supremacists. Period. They are packing the courts to try to use the law as their last resolve. They're going to write off whole parts of the country. They already have. And so this, not only do they know it, they're playing the only card they have left if they don't want to have a true country where everybody can live. And we know they don't want that. So yes, now, they know it. This is their only card.
So your prediction is that they're going to rule against him?
Well, I would say if I had to guess sitting here, and I don't practice law, I have a JD, but I decided not to practice.
Look at that.
No, man, that's part of the reason, because I teach a lot of this at Howard Law School twice a week. But if I had to predict, I'd say, yeah, it's a very good likely. Because, think about it.
So move your asses to New York and D.C.
That is the rule.
So we're going to end up having a segregated nation anyway.
Well,
the thing that people have wanted.
That's already
it's never not been.
It's never not been.
I mean, but really.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Okay. Well,
California's looking nice too.
Well, that's one possible outcome. And like Stacey Abrams, when she ran for governor, when you go into rural Georgia and tell these poor white people, look, if we give $1 to the federal government, we get 9 back and your hospital stays open. They have literally chosen their whiteness over their lives.
Right.
Now, the hope is ultimately they will choose differently. But if they do not, the demographics are changing. It won't be like this for long.
That was Dr. Greg Carr on, I don't know whose show it was, on Byron Allen's case. Greg is a pretty, Greg is a genius. So, I remember watching this nigga. This is a true story. I remember watching Greg go for his master's in Black Studies and study for his law degree and run the organization and rebel on campus all at the same goddamn time. I'm like, damn, I'm just going for my bachelor's, dog. You going for your master's and you in the law school? Come on now. So, so he know what he talking about. You know what I'm saying? So, they in court right now. They already done did everything yesterday. So we should be hearing some return from the justice of the Supreme Court real soon. And as you see now, unfortunately, a lot of people started ringing alarm late. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these interviews are late. You know what I'm saying? Tone been on this shit for months. You know what I'm saying? Letting you know. But, what we're seeing is circling the wagons. Tribing up, family. Are you tribed up? You know what I'm saying? Are you ready for what's coming? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it's serious out here. Shots out to brother Kwame. I see you out there. Shawanda Jackson say, nation builder. How should we go about it as a whole, as people, to change the conditions of all of us as a black people? Now, let me say this. This is why I keep saying tribe up. Listen to me. When I say tribe up, please understand what I'm trying to say, right? By tribing up, you find people that are like you, like-minded in your community. You're able as a group to also find true allies that you can work with. You know what I'm saying? Other groups. We all don't have to have the same philosophies. We all don't have to see the world the same, but we do have to have interests. You know what I'm saying? And we allow the interest to kind of drive the coalitions that we have so that we can move. But we have to tribe up first because everybody else is tribing up. You know what I'm saying? We sitting out here by ourselves thinking that we can fight this battle as individuals. We can't fight this battle as individuals. Like I told y'all about yesterday, I heard an interview where they was telling Byron Allen, give them hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. Nah, dog, we need to mobilize. I'm understanding this. It was 600 some odd people out there on the steps. ADOS out there on the steps of the Supreme Court building. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, people are motivating. People are getting active, a little bit more active. And what this case is going to do, because a lot of people are like, it ain't going to change. You know what I'm saying? It ain't going to change nothing if it don't go. Okay, cool. We'll see. Now, but this is the issue. What is being done for us right here in real time is a line is being drawn. A line is being drawn. Either America is going to be I ain't gonna say the ideal place, but a better place for everybody, especially starting with ADOS. You know what I'm saying? Or we're gonna descend into something that we have never possibly seen before. I mean, because is this the sign of the fall of a great empire? And the one thing that always happens at the fall of great empires is those that are tribed up and ready for that fall usually end up in the seat of power. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, let's keep playing these games. You know what I'm saying? Come on, let's keep following some of these pimps and some of these Cliff Note scholars and shit, Cliff Note nation builders and shit. You know, motherfuckers who seen a video or make a video and got a couple of fancy words and shit. We keep on following them, listening to that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Or start really getting out here and doing some of the real work, getting out with the people, or being somebody that's a real scholar, taking some time to get your hands on some real information so that you could some transformational information. You understand? Not just getting information just so that you know what I'm saying, but can you use the information to transform your situation and the situation of your group? This is what we all have to be striving for. And can you play your role? See, because everybody wants, I ain't gonna say everybody, but we have a lot of people that want to rise up into leadership, but don't want to do what it takes to be a fucking leader. It's incredible. I'm hearing grown motherfuckers talking about I ain't part of no organization. I don't do organizations. The fuck, I mean, wait. You got hundreds of thousands of people listening to you. Right? You know what I'm saying? You got hundreds of thousands of people listening to you. And you telling everybody, do your own thing. It's all about you. It's all about the bag. Gotta get the bag. This is how we talk. Or this is how people who are supposedly representing us talk. It's all about the bag. No, family, it's about the tribe. It's about the family. It's about us building up something bigger. Because what happens, well, Brother Hatim, why you keep talking about tribes? Because it takes tribes to come together to make, let's just put it this way. A group of tribes makes a community. A group of community makes a city. A group of cities make a state. A group of states make a country. There's building blocks to this whole thing that we call nation building. You don't just stumble on a nation. No, you got different people with different interests and different groups with different interests, and you got to have the mechanism in place in order to get all that shit to work together. What are we doing in Columbus? Well, first off, in Columbus, you have a very strong ADOS chapter. Gye-Nyame Journey also has been doing things. You got the Tawee Family Village. You got a whole bunch of different groups here doing. Now, the ones that I know about specifically because I'm dealing with them is ADOS, Tawee Village, Gye-Nyame Journey. Who you listening to right now? I'm getting up. I do this every morning. We saluting our ancestors every morning so that we can remind ourselves of what we're supposed to be doing, right? Then we also have what we all have been meeting on a regular basis with young people as well as adults, as well as offering a marketplace for our people to come together, not only to shop their wares, but also to come together and talk about issues like this. It's shit popping off in Columbus. Then on top of that, there's political shit going on here that I will not talk about right now until after we get a couple of things in place far as that. Now, what else? Where is the nation building going on at? All right, now check this out. Why don't you? Well, first off, I'll tell you what you do. The November 26th. Hold on. Because we're going to have to, I got to set the date now. Let's go and set the date now. Since the call is out. Let's set the date now. Let me go to my calendar. Oh, shit. Knock my calendar off. The last Saturday of this month, we will be having our G&J Mall. My fault. I got to do those push-ups, Kwame. I know you're out there giggling right now. But the last Kuumba this month, we are doing our G&J Mall. Come on out and check us out. You know what I'm saying? Come out, support some of the vendors. You can look for me, sit down, we can have some conversation about some of the stuff that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, like I said, if you're new here, of course. I mean, and this a whole nother issue. I don't see unity here like other cities. Dang, are you looking for unity? You know what I'm saying? Are you really looking for it? You don't see unity in this city like you see in other cities. I don't see unity in other cities. Come on, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on. So what we doing here? You know, and like I said, I just need you to come and see for yourself some of the stuff that we're doing. And it is what it is. Let's go on. Let's hit our toast up and let's keep it moving. My fault. Let me do this. Tonight, our show, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be doing tribal quotes. We are going to hit, we didn't hit day 88 last week, so we're going to hit day 88. If I don't see it, I've been looking. Okay. All right, dude. I came to one event, you were there. Okay. And you say you ain't see people working together there? Huh? If you came to the event where I was that the mall? Did you walk into the doors of a building that is controlled by us? Did you see all the land that's around there that's controlled by us? I don't know what you're looking for. I'm just wondering, you know. And then on top of that, if you have something that's going on as well, feel free to let people know. You understand? Because if what I'm not doing is enough, or what my crew is not doing is what's enough, if Tawi, what they doing is for you is not enough, there's always room here for you to do what you do. You understand what I'm saying? So, because this is one of the issues that we run into. It's like, ain't nothing going on. You know, what I decided to do is stop that and start doing what I do, what I'm good at. Like I said, once again, staying in your lane and doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? Finding your tribe. And maybe what I'm doing is not what you like. So, by all means, what you got popping off? So tonight, day 88. Would you like me to give you a formula for success? It's quite simple, really. W rate of failure. You are thinking of failure as the enemy of success, but it isn't at all. You can be discouraged by failure or you can learn from it. So go ahead and make mistakes. Make all you can, because remember, that's where you will find success. That's from a Thomas J. Watson. We'll talk about that one tonight. Many a one has succeeded only because he has failed after repeated efforts. If he had never met defeat, he would never have known any great victory. That's from Orson Sweet Martin. Last one, success. Willing to do what the average person is not willing to do. Anonymous. That's day 88, and maybe we might be able to do some stuff in day 89. You can come on and you can check in, and you can let me know which one you want to do. Choice, not circumstances, determines your success. That's anonymous. Day 89. The worst form of inequality is to try to make unequal things equal. Aristotle. Last one. When people eat eggs, they do not remember the pains the hen went through laying them. That's from Africa. So we could talk about that one. We got 6 we could pick from. I came to one event. You were okay. I don't say, okay, cool. All right. So, all right. Any other comments? Let's see. So shouts out to Amadi. Next time, come holler at me. Let me know you the dude that, you know what I'm saying, that want to know some of the stuff we doing. We can sit down, we can talk. So, let's see what else is up. All right, so family, first off, let me remind you, you are now standing in the congregation of the mighty. This is the home of the stubborn minority. This is the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Oops. Media. is a Heart of December production. Of course, you are now listening to the Daily Toast, where we daily gather to salute our ancestors. And this is a Heart of December production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms. Those that are new, if you have ancestors that you want saluted, by all means, you can post them up. Actually, this is doing something right here, right now. Because one of the things that combine us as a people, or combine us as a group, at least here in what we're doing, is that we, on a daily basis, have this ritual. We come together and we toast our ancestors. And we also take care of our own health by making sure, reminding people to drink their water and get their bodies right, get their minds right, get focused on what we're supposed to be doing. So every morning, we start off with our toast. So first off, we want to raise our glass to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call that Creator. We raise our glass and we salute and we say, Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? Where do we go? We go to our list of our ancestors. So we raise up our glass for our ancestors. And we call on Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert and Tex, Andy Davis, Herman Brown, Senior, Rosalie, Tilly, George, William, Walter, Chris, Fanny, Gasson, Eileen, Uncle Chris, I'm Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallard, Montague Pittman, El Nomo, X, Pet Mile, Rob Malika Fakur, Dr. Mary Ann Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carla Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling, Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pullen, the Luxter brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Reed Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Dorton, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Riddleman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Weller, Vita Farmer, Agoso Sue, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn Theodis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Linda Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Eric Trish Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keachler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mae Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kenty, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, Del Rita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineau, Elder Amitell Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Delma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Allen Ohio, Frankie Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Peanut Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Didi Montearies, Gina Rue Jones, Jana Callahan. How you doing, Miss Lisa? William Walter West, Nigella Perez, Elder Basiji Falani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DeFriedis Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Wilson Haley, Elma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee, Print Up Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Nana Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, R.G. Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Cathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word, the First Stacy Tribe, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irvin, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Dorr, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwilyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie, Harry Tubman, Kate Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Melly Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Doretha Ross, Rolla Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Nidhi Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Audie Casey, Thomas Coper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Frances Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ward Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erton Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, here in West Staten, Joe, Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey Laura Newton, J.B. Froggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Baba Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brownie Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruth Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Irvin, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., because Ron McCormick is live and kicking. Shouts out to you, Ron. Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, JaVale McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Chuck Maha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Mazarine Coper, George Swan, Imani Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles A. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlie Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Andy Ferguson, and William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. We also have Jordan Giles, James Carswell, Roberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shank Lewis, Ronald Sheldon Jr., Damian Todd, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jermonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Severin Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denise Goray, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khalid is in transition, Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gantz, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols, Ruthie Lane Johnson, Teresa Sambo, Aunt Maxine, Uncle James, Henry Munger III, Tamara Dowdy, Nicole Harris, Julia Taylor, Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Deshandra Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Alauti Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny, Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan, Hakeem Nkomo, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, also known as Dr. Karimi Mackey, Victor Bowden, Drusilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White Charlton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Desi Woods, Tilar Wood Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Annie Simpson, Jamira Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Nettie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samandi Damon, Ethel Marshall, Steve Dougie Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray. Shouts out to S. Freedom Johnson. How you doing this morning? Grand rising to you as well. We raise up our glass and we salute those ancestors and we say, Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? We move to the present moment, moving from the past, saluting our ancestors, all of those that have went on before us, those that laid the foundation upon which we're standing. They left us this gift, this part of our inheritance, this time right now. And it's imperative that we start taking advantage of these moments that we have been gifted. and use these moments to do some serious work. All right, family, it is our responsibility to take the moments that our ancestors left us, take these moments and build upon them so that we can leave moments for our children to do the things that they need to do. So we raise our glass in this moment. Right now, we are on Ujamaa. So I'm going to ask everybody out there to turn on your reticular formations. Turn on your reticular formations, and I want you to go out there and I want you to hunt down Ujamaa, because Ujamaa is popping off in the community right now. All of our principles are active in the community right now. Some of us, we out of practice of finding them. All of our principles are active. Today, I'm asking people to go out and find Ujamaa, right? Take a picture of it. Hashtag Ujamaa. Hashtag Ujamaa found. Hashtag Ujamaa day. Hashtag Ujamaa baby. If you're Ujamaa baby, go and let us know, right? So, we want to make sure that we out there looking for that. For those that don't speak the language, we call the day today Ujamaa. Right now, I want to do this because I forgot to do it. I want to give all of the Ujamaa babies a round of applause. All those Ujamaa boys. For those that don't speak the language, Ujamaa is cooperative economics. The modic principle of the day is reciprocity. The M7 of the day, what we teach young people, is gratitude. The color is green, as you see with the shirt, the green Daily Toaster shirt. I gotta get a hoodie now, or maybe a long sleeve because it's kind of cold. Polarity is the Hermetic law of the day. Male name for the day is Yao. Female name is Ya. All right. So we raise our glass in this moment, keeping our pact with our ancestors as well as keeping our promise with the future generations, because we can only do that in the now, right? So we raise our glass and we salute this moment, and we're going to make it powerful by the actions that we take, by the thoughts that we think. We're going to use it and we're going to say, I say. From there, family, where do we go? We move from the present moment to the future, right? We toast our children, our children's children on to infinity. We toast them in advance, and we can't wait to see what they accomplish, right? We are generational people, right? Who raise our glass and we say our shake. From there, family, where do we move? Where do we move, Brother Hatem? Let me tell you where we move. From there, we move to all of our relations. We toast all our relations and we say, I shake. From all of our relations, family, this is that selfish toast. What do you need in this moment, right now, in this moment, to move towards the greatest you? The greater you, right? Because that's what we need that's what we need to always strive to express. The greatest us. You know what I'm saying? So we give you that moment for that selfish toast. We say, Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? From there, I want to toast the most magnificent, the most marvelous, the most uplifting, the most outstanding, the bravest, the wisest, and the strongest individual in the room. I raise my glass and I toast you. I toast you. And with that, we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, I wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years. And as we say in Gye-Nyame, Cat in. What are you talking about this morning, Hatem? Bro, right now we just finished the toast. But I want to go to Miss Amandi. If you could you let me know what event you came to that I was at? Because what I want to do, because I want to talk about this, right, family? Because look, we all have stuff that we can do, that we need to be doing to add to what's going on. And like I said, one of the major pieces that we do is because one of the things that I noticed through my small studies is that one of the major institutions that were established for our people were the markets. So one of the things that we try to do is we try to have a place at least once a month where our entrepreneurs, our business people, those people that make products, could come and have an affordable place to shop their wares. Now, what happens with a market? What happens with a market is that it attracts people, and the people come out, and the people not only are able to buy things that they will use on a daily basis or on a weekly basis, but then it also provides an environment where information can be spread, where discussions can be had. Now, some people might be like, that's nothing major. But I want you to understand this. Information is the currency. Information is the currency of this age. And we have to start spreading information. We have to start having the conversations. We have to, because right now our people are being inundated with all types of madness, all types of useless information. And we have to be able to provide those spaces where this information can be had. Also, another piece that we do in Columbus is in Gye-Nyame, we do warrior training, right? It's been, now I have kind of fell back on that just a touch, but we will get it popping off back again. Then also, for those that are interested, you go back, you can see from Gye-Nyame Journey, I posted up our free e-course. Go and check that out. You know what I'm saying? It's a free e-course where you can find out a little bit more about Gye-Nyame Journey, you know, but I'm still waiting if she can let me know, or he can let me know, because I don't know whether it's he or she. Let me know what event you was at that we met. I am sorry, but you are talking kind of low, Hi Tim. Oh, you can't hear me? All right. Hold on. Who else out there? Can you hear me? Because I have a question. Because after I get the response to these two questions, one is, can you hear me? Second, right? Because I'm waiting. And second is Miss Amadi, or Brother Amadi, or Sister Amadi. Let me know what event that you were at that I was there. I want to make sure, because I want to hear what this is. Because we got some other stuff coming up. Because I definitely want to address your question. Because one of the things that I see, I don't see, like, for example, one of the comments, I don't see unity here like other cities. See, so Lisa Tannenbaum, I need to know, and I know this is gonna sound strange. I've been wondering, because I see some of the stuff that I'll be sending out, and you respond to it. I don't know. How do you ask if somebody a bot or not? I don't, I just saying, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, now, let me say, one of the things that happens especially in the Midwest, and I've been telling y'all this, we have this inferiority complex when it comes to other places that we really have to get over, right? We go to different places and we go to events and we be like, because at the events that we go to, if you live in Columbus and you travel outside of Columbus and you go to an event, it's supposed to be organized. It's supposed to look like it's unity, because that's what events do, right? But when you come and when you have time to stay there on a daily basis, you start seeing the same shit that you see here. You know what I'm saying? So the challenge for us is to really stop looking at what everybody else is doing and start focusing on what we can do in this city. There's a lot of stuff going on in this city that we can really start building up on, right? And utilizing and catapult that into some major moves in this city that will affect this whole state. But we keep looking at what other people are doing, you know what I'm saying, where their situation is different from ours, rather than getting tied to where we are and dealing with where we are. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, because like I said, for years I've been dealing with this. We would have brothers and sisters go to New York and be like, oh, we ain't doing like they doing in New York and blah, blah, blah. And in most cases, they putting on shows. You know what I'm saying? They're going through the same struggle we going through. You know what I'm saying? So now, and then also, let me address this issue. Because people be like, well, there ain't a lot of people, Brother Hot Tim. A lot of people don't. My issue is, it's not about the amount of people. It's about the quality of people that's coming out. Now, I would love for the market to be packed. I would love for all of our children to go to But I'm aware of what we coming out of, right? I'm aware of it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, because we want to say post-traumatic slavery, but if you look at what happened during Jim Crow, and if you look what happened during the 60s, the 70s with the COINTEL program, and if you look at the influx of the dope and the trauma that we have going through after slavery, we are suffering from a whole lot of different issues. So I'm just like, boom, all right, I'm satisfied, because I'm satisfied with quality of people coming in. I don't need large amounts. I mean, that would help the vendors, but Brother Kwame said we need to get our book of who we are for the village together. Well, like I said, brother, all they gotta do is go to the timeline. We got a timeline that reaches back 2 years. Actually, our timeline reaches back farther than 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So I hear you, but give me a call. I'll call you after I get off the air, man. We got a timeline to go back 2 years, and to pull all that shit down. You know what I'm saying? We could pull the last 8 articles. We could pull the last 8 newsletters that we done did. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, that's a lot of paper. That's a lot of printing. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. But hey, it is what it is. So family, I gotta get ready to take Cleve up out of here. And I gotta get Sasha and Gina together, because of course, you know, my kids gotta have their clothes ironed. We at the Gye-Nyame house believe in rocking with the y'all done dogged me out about creases, so I don't put creases in the kids' clothes. My kids dog me out about the damn creases. There's a crease phobia going on in the community. I don't know what's up with it. You know, one of the biggest joys that I get every day is that I get to walk into a place where I get to see other nation builders every day. And you know, and I love when people be like, all right, we ain't doing nothing. I walk into a place where I get to see my team every day and watch it grow, watch work being done. And like I said, if it's not happening for you, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? I feel you. I was where you were. But in many cases, we got to put down our stakes and start building and start making it happen. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't got a lot of resources, but the resources we do have, when we use them properly, we could make some major change. Family, we could affect Columbus in a political way, in not only the coming elections, but the following, like between now and 2023, we could literally shake up this whole goddamn city. Literally, just with the few people we got. And just with the little social media clout that we got, we could shake up this whole city, from the school board all the way up to somebody running for the mayor's seat. We could literally do that. I'm just saying. So this is the stuff that's happening for us, right? That we are able to do. But you know, like I said, we all have to get in and do our roles. You know what I'm saying? Because some people be honestly sitting on the sidelines waiting for shit to start growing. Then they want to jump in. That's some whack shit. Just my opinion. That is whack. And we need to stop that. You know what I'm saying? We need to help get stuff off the ground, rather than waiting for it to get off the ground and then be like, I was with you all the time. So, oh, man. All right, so, Kwame, expect a call. Family, this is Brother High Tim. I want to wish you, I pray that your day will be as beautiful as you are. And I'm out. Peace.